still think I've met him, don't you, Mac?
Did I say that? I don't believe I did.
I didn't say you said it. I said you're thinking it. I know your mind.
My mind is thinking maybe roast beef, wild rice, and perhaps a good salad.
You mean you really believe me?
Of course I do.
How could you possibly believe me?
If the situation were reversed, wouldn't you believe me? If a strange woman wrote a composition and named it after me and sent me flowers and invited us to dinner and I said I didn't know her and never met her, well, what would you think?
You know exactly what I'd think. No wonder I'm riddled with guilt. Completely innocent and riddled with guilt. Listen, Mac. Do you suppose that's blues for Sally M?
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize you've been ringing the buzzer through what might be my song?
Well, that's because we're here for dinner, and I'm hungry. Sims? 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 Call an ambulance, Sally.
Operator, get an ambulance to 604 North Lombard, apartment 1203.
How is he?
He's unconscious, but his pulse is regular.
Sally?
In here, Mac. Mac, look at this. Why would he keep it?
Was the scrapbook open?
Just like this.
Maybe that's what he was reading when he was attacked.
But I've never known anybody to keep a scrapbook of bad reviews.
Peter Warlock. Isn't he the critic you read to every Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. He certainly never had a kind word for Buzz Sims.
Wonder why a good musician would keep such bad reviews.
What's that funny look on your face?
And it's signed, affectionately, Sally M. I believe you.
RD1, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll send the number over to the DMV. We should have a report in the morning.
Let's find out about the people close to Sims.
Sir,
He's got a girlfriend who calls herself a Baroness. Baroness von Hugo from Milwaukee.
Anyone else?
Well, there's
there's-
his manager, Joe Layton.
Who?
The doctor says there's no need to cancel. We can go ahead as scheduled. And there's still a few choice seats available.
Here comes the commissioner.
Dr. Haley, report to your office, please.
How about a statement, Commissioner?
We've just begun our investigation. Nothing yet.
What about the new piece Buzz is premiering at the concert? Blues for Sally Ann's dedicated to Mrs. McMillan, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but it's not relevant to this case.
Miss McMillan, how well do you know Buzz Sims?
We've never met.
Oh, come on, Mrs. McMillan.
Mrs. McMillan has made her statement. You may use it.
Dr. Allen.
Any further statements will come from my office in the
Just
morning.
make sure you find Buzz's attacker before the concert, Commissioner.
You're a new face.
Joe Layton.
Oh. Well, the police are working on several leads now, but none for publication.
What leads?
You're not listening, Ken. I said none for publication. And no more statements tonight.
I'm not kidding, Commissioner. Buzz Sims is a multi-million-dollar talent. We expect your best men on this case.
This may come as a surprise to you, Mr. Layton, but you don't have to have $1 million talent to get our best men. We use them on every case. Maybe you better excuse us, maybe. I think the commissioner wants to ask me a few questions.
So that's Sally M. Then I keep forgetting. It is a blues.
I hope you'll excuse the Baroness, but then I suppose you're as puzzled at my naming a composition after you as she is.
Well, I don't think I was exactly what she expected. I hope you're not disappointed.
No, not at all. I'm delighted.
What can you tell us about tonight? Any idea who attacked you?
Well, I didn't see anybody, but then I was working. And when I'm working, I'm always alone, no matter who's there.
Not even a glimpse?
No?
Mr. Sims, you have a picture of my wife on your piano.
Yeah?
Would you mind telling me how it got there?
Sure, it came through the mail, right after my new composition was announced. I assumed you sent it.
No.
Well, that's strange, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Do you know anybody who'd want to kill you?
No?
Ever received a threatening letter?
Quite a few. But then they were all from girls who threatened to kill themselves if I wouldn't marry them.
Then you have no enemies.
I'm not certain I haven't got any enemies, Commissioner, but then I'm not sure I have any friends either.
You know him?
No, but I know who he is. That's Manny Sky. Used to be Buzz's drummer. Why would he be coming to see him?
Why wouldn't he?
Buzz fired him.
You know why?
Nobody does. Manny was a terrific drummer, and supposedly they were really close friends, but Buzz fired him.
And his girlfriend, the Baroness, from Milwaukee? What have you read about her?
Well, she's sort of an over-the-hill groupie who jumps from celebrity to celebrity. She met the Baron while she was in Europe the summer after high school, but she dumped him 6 months later.
And I suppose you know how she met Buzz?
Mm-hmm. On a balcony overlooking a ski slope in Innsbruck during his last concert tour.
It's nice to know that all those hours you spent reading magazines aren't wasted.
Well, if you want the news one... The newspaper office. That's where it came from. It had to be.
What?
That picture on Buzz's piano, it's got to be the one I gave Dorothy Clark. She loaned it to me again last year when I was chairman of the Arts Bowl. The newspaper needed a picture so quickly, but they never returned it. That's got to be where it came from. I remember I was worried about it because it was signed affectionately Sally M. But the editor said it was all right. He said he could crop out the signature. I'm going to call the newspaper right now. Hello? This is Sally M. Who is this?
Who is this? What kind of a voice?
Well, it was a man's voice, I think. I'm not sure. It was muffled. He said to tell you that if you didn't get out of Buzz Sims' life, that he'd see to it that Blues for Sally M becomes a reality.
You, my dear. You're usually so prompt. I was afraid something might have happened to you. You know, I do feel guilty about your driving all this distance.
I enjoy the drive. Wow, is that bright? Let me fix it.
Well, thank you, thank you. Light blindness can be painful. Oh, you'll find a little present on that table.
Mr. Warlock, you've got to stop doing that.
Nonsense. Well, go on, open it.
It's my favorite cologne. But it's too expensive and you shouldn't have done it.
And you're kind enough to drive all the way down here just to read to me? No, it's just a small token of my very, very deep appreciation.
I enjoy reading to you. I read for several other people, you know that, and I don't expect to be paid. Now, you've got to promise me that you're not going to do it again.
Well, I see you're just as lovely as ever this morning. I'm glad there was no reason to worry about you.
Not me. Did you hear about Buzz Sims?
Yes, it was on the radio this morning.
You know, my husband and I were just arriving at his apartment for dinner when it happened.
Did you see the attacker?
Oh, no. Nobody has the slightest idea who did it, least of all Buzz Sims.
Well, perhaps it was a music lover.
Mr. Warlock, that's unkind.
Forgive me, my dear. I didn't realize he was such a friend of yours. There was nothing personal intended. I've never met the man.
No, neither had I until last night. You know, his scrapbook was open to a page of your reviews. I remember how we laughed at the clever way that you phrased them. But they didn't seem so clever last night.
Ah, but we did have fun laughing together, didn't we?
Well, they were witty and literate. They were very cruel.
Not cruel. Objective. Now, I've no doubt that Buzz Sims is a very nice man.
Buzz Sims has talent, Mr. Warlock. I'm not a critic, but I know that much.
I thought we were talking about music, young lady. I didn't say your friend didn't have talent. He's quite talented. But he betrayed that talent. Let's not talk about Buzz Sims. Why don't you go over there and read me my review of last night's Leonard Bernstein concert? I ravaged him. Absolutely ravaged him.
When we got here, the door was unlocked, and the room looked exactly like this.
Well, we checked this place out to make sure that robbery wasn't the motive. The tape recorder and the piano are the only two things of value. They're both still here, especially the piano.
What about money?
He says he doesn't keep any. Says that he gets $50 a week from his manager and credit cards.
That's what I do with Sally, except that it hasn't quite worked out.
That's Mrs. McMillan's compact, isn't it, sir?
Yes, Sergeant. We heard voices from the bedroom and a cry for help. This door was locked, so I had to break it in. The tape recorder was playing and the windows open, so whoever it was must have escaped from the balcony.
Police, hold it right there. Look out!
Are you really the police?
That's right. You Manny Sky?
Yeah.
Give me the tape.
What's on it?
Buzz's latest, Blues for Sally M.
What else?
Nothing, man. Just music.
Then why steal it?
I wasn't stealing. I was just borrowing.
You make a habit of breaking into other people's apartments to borrow things?
I didn't realize you'd be there to open the front door for me.
Well, why didn't you stop when I said police?
Because I didn't believe it. I thought you were the bums who attacked Buzz.
Any idea who they were?
The world's full of crazy people.
What about you, Sky? Why did Buzz fire you?
That is something that you'd have to ask Buzz. But if you think I'd kill him because of it, you're just as crazy as the rest of the world.
We better ask you some more questions. Downtown.
How come?
Because we want some answers.
Last evening, I had the misfortune of attending the rock concert at Carmel. You can only label the total failure. Where Mr. Buzz
Listen to it.
I am listening. It's nice. Buzz has written himself a piece of music.
Under the music. Listen to the voice.
Voice? What voice? I'm grooving with the music.
Well, groove with the voice. Whose is it?
You any voices, Sergeant?
Of course I do. Isn't that why you took the tape? Isn't that the real reason you wanted it?
The reason I wanted it was to hear the new drummer's solo. They've told me that the new guy's good, but hearing is bleeding.
You know whose voice it is. You're protecting somebody.
Commissioner, I don't hear voices. Too bad about you and the sergeant here.
Officer, get him out of here. And Manny, don't leave town.
Oh, wow. I wish I could stay and hear the drummer's solo. Maybe you'll call me back later, huh?
I don't think we're going to get too far with him.
I don't think we're going to get that far.
You know, Commissioner, maybe you should,
Maybe I should what?
ask Mrs. McMillan to listen to that tape. No offense, sir, but I am a police officer trained to follow leads in their logical order. That's all.
What logical order?
Number one, Buzz Sims names a composition for Mrs. McMillan. Number two, her photograph with her signature on it is found in his apartment. Number three, he sends roses and then invites the two of you to dinner. And number four, her compact was found there.
And what did your police training tell you?
That there just might possibly be some connection between Buzz Sims and Mrs. McMillan.
Sergeant Enright, my wife happens to be the most honest person I know. When she says she's not withholding information, she's not. As for the photograph, I had it checked out this morning. It was on file at a newspaper office. A man telephoned asking for it, and they gave it to him. As for the compact, I'll check with my wife.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Oh, thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That was DMV, sir. That RD1 license plate belongs to an Arthur Drake of Mill Valley. Guess I'd better find out what his story is, huh?
I don't know how it got there. I didn't even know it was lost.
Well, if you remembered where you lost it, it might help.
Well, I've lost a lot of other compacts, Mac. What makes this one so important? The fact that it was found in a man's apartment?
Oh, I know it was a plant, but if I knew where you lost it, I might have an idea who planted it.
Sure, that's what you're saying, but that's not what you think. You actually believe that I lost this compact in Buzz's apartment and that I knew him.
When are you going to start believing I believe you?
When you start believing me. I suppose you think I made up that whole story about the picture, that I really did give Buzz a picture that was signed affectionately Sally M, and that I lied to you about.
I checked on the photograph this morning. A man called identifying himself as Buzz, asking for the picture, and they mailed it to him.
You checked on it. You checked on me, Mac.
Well, you started to do it yourself last night.
But it's one thing for me to check on me. It's another thing for you to check on me.
I wasn't checking on you. I was checking on a photograph.
But it was a photograph of me. How could you?
Well, it was very simple. All you have to do is pick up the telephone and start dialing.
You checked on me because you were worried. And you were worried because you thought I might be in some kind of jeopardy. I also forgot that this was the compact that you gave me for our anniversary last year. It was kind of dumb. Forgive me?
Forgiven?
Oh, no, not so easy. Make me suffer.
Suffer.
Oh.
Oh, go ahead, suffer. Come on, baby, go, go, go.
Oh, I feel terrible.
Feel better?
Yeah, much. Whatever happened to that engraved money clip that I gave you the same year?
This?
I never would have forgiven you if you lost it. And the year before that pen and pencil set?
These?
And the lighter?
I stopped smoking.
You mean you're telling me you no longer have that beautiful lighter?
I no longer smoke.
You lost it.
No, I
You lost
just
it.
don't remember where I put it.
You
Okay,
lost
I
it.
lost
Aha.
it. Aha. Mhm.
Got any idea where you might have lost it?
No.
Exactly. It's upstairs in the bureau drawer in the back behind your handkerchiefs.
Used to be. Isn't there anymore.
You mean you really lost it?
Is this 4200 Laurel? Mr. Arthur Drake?
Yes.
Police. May I come in?
Sure. What's the trouble? Oh, excuse the way I look. I don't usually walk around like this. But then I'm not usually at home at this time of the day either. You see, I was visiting a client out this way and spilled some coffee on my trousers. My wife's in the kitchen cleaning them right now. What can I do for you?
Mr. Drake, you were observed leaving 604 North Lombard last night at about 8 o'clock. Would you mind telling me what you were doing there?
Well, police, sweetheart.
Yeah? What's he done, officer?
I haven't done anything, sweetheart. He's just asking a few routine questions.
Oh? I'd like to ask a few questions about your routine myself.
I was just inquiring as to his whereabouts yesterday at 8 p.m.
I like you, officer. We think alike. I asked that question when he got home at 8:30.
Your car was seen leaving the address at exactly 8:05 p.m.
It wasn't 604 North Lombard by any chance, was it, officer? That's where she lives.
She?
Louise Montgomery by name. Maybe with you here, we can get the truth out of him. Have you been seeing that cheap Tootsie again? Oh, no wonder you look so wrinkled all the time. Oh, I'm grounding you, Buster. No more pants for a week.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, at least give me my car keys. I gotta get to work.
Take a taxi.
Commissioner. Angle is not right at all.
Come here. Sims had to be facing the one who stabbed him. And he had to see who it was.
Then he lied to us. He must be protecting someone.
Well, if he lied about this, what else is he lying about?
Well, obviously, Mrs. McMillan. I mean, about all the evidence that indicated that he knew her.
You better check out Hardy One's alibi.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Well, Commissioner, I hope I didn't offend you about Mrs. McMillan.
Not at all. In fact, you were right about her.
I was?
She is involved in this case. She just doesn't know how or why. What I can't figure out is the reason why. I mean, what could anybody hope to gain by involving Sally?
Well, I could have sworn that was where I bought it.
Why don't you ask the commissioner where you bought it? He's so big with the questions.
I can't ask him. I want to surprise him. And I'm not going to stop until I find it. He really loved that lighter.
Yeah? You don't think he was trying to tell you something when he lost it, do you?
He lost it because he quit smoking.
Oh. Well, then how come... Oh, never mind.
Anyway, I'm not buying it so much for the gift, but more for the sentiment.
Oh, I see. You're buying him another one so you can keep reminding him he lost it. Clever girl. Keep him feeling guilty.
Mildred, I hope you don't mind my saying this, but you give the worst marriage advice I'd ever heard.
I think I mind your saying it.
How about some ice cream, my treat?
Okay, Mrs. McMillan, but it's my turn to buy.
Okay.
You know, on second thought, I think I like your treat better.
Don't you love that view? That's one of Buzz's tunes.
Oh, yeah?
Isn't that the cutest little monkey?
Yeah.
Hi there. Here you go. Here's another one. Take the nickel. Come on.
She's under. She's help me. Somebody do something. Help me. Somebody get a rope. Get a rope, somebody. Please. Help. The current's got her. It's taking her out.
Let me throw the rope.
That won't reach her. It's not long enough. Please get another one.
Hey, there's someone over there in the water.
Help.
Hurry up, Don. Looks like she's in trouble.
What's that over there, a shark?
Lady, that's a boy.
Oh, looks grown up to me. Help me. That boat's gonna hit her.
That boat's gonna save her. Here, grab this life preserver.
I can't reach it.
All right, hold on. I'll get you another one.
Oh, she's got it. Keep your head high, Mrs. McMillan. High!
Here, give me your hand. Easy does it, lady. Well, take it easy, lady.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a million. They were a lot of help.
I hate to mention it, Mrs. McMillan, but you lost a shoe, right?
I think we'll go back and look for it later.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Oh, what happened, honey? Testing the water?
Yes, I'm here every day at 10 and 4.
Listen, shouldn't I find a phone? I mean, call the commissioner or something, huh?
We'll call him when we get home.
Buzz.
Thanks. Okay, fellas, let's take it from the top again, huh?
First, a couple of questions.
Oh.
Can't they wait, Commissioner? I've got a concert tomorrow night. A lot of lost time to make up. 2 questions, Buzz, that's all. Take 5, guys. Okay. What can't wait?
The tape you were playing last night, Buzz, what was on it before you recorded Blues for Sally M?
I don't remember. Didn't erase properly. Have to have that head fixed. Whose voice is that? I don't recognize it, but whoever it is, it can't be very important. Otherwise, I wouldn't record it over it. Why?
Man, this guy broke into your apartment this morning and tried to steal it. Why would he want it?
I haven't the faintest idea. What did he say?
He wouldn't say anything. Do you think he could have been the one who attacked you?
Manny? Oh, Manny's a friend of mine. We've been friends for years.
Friendship didn't keep you from firing him. Why did you fire him? I thought Manny's guy was the best.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid was is right, but I can't go into that. What goes on in this group stays here.
Where'd you get this?
I've never seen it before.
It was found in your desk drawer.
Some chick probably left it there during a party. Why does it matter?
Because it belongs to my wife.
Oh, man. I can see where your head's at. Hey, Commissioner, you gotta believe this. There's nothing between me and your wife.
All I want is some hot tea. That's all I want.
I'm gonna lace a little. You need it. You'll love it.
Of course I still see Manny. Just because Buzz fired him doesn't make him my enemy. I've got plenty of my own. But Manny's not one of them. And neither is Buzz.
Why did Buzz fire him?
You know, Commissioner, if I were as bad at my job as you are at yours, I'd be out of business. What have you got? 2 suspects, Manny and me? Has it come to that, Commish?
I asked you why Buzz fired Manny.
Who knows with artists? Didn't you ever hear about temperament? Maybe one day Buzz decided he didn't like the way Manny brushed his hair or combed his teeth. Plenty of reason there for one artist to fire another. But no reason to kill, Commish. I'd offer you one, but I'm sure you don't drink on duty. Me? I always drink on duty. How else could I put up with him?
I take it you don't have too much respect for artists.
Did you ever know a babysitter who had respect for the babies? But it pays well.
And bugs you.
Only when it rains. Because I know, you see, that he'd be nothing without me.
I wonder if the Baroness agrees.
That dame should have stayed in Milwaukee and led the kind of life she was meant to lead. Beer and babies.
What bugs you there? Buzz has her and you don't?
Nobody has the Baroness. She likes names, as long as they are names. And right now, Buzz is.
And you're not.
Listen, nobody ever knows the names of the people who make the stars. There are a million kids with enough talent to make it, if they're lucky enough to connect with a Joe Layton.
I get the impression that you don't like anybody.
Commissioner, you're perceptive. Perceptive enough, I hope, to also realize that I didn't stab him.
But you did get a kick out of it. I'll bet you even enjoy Peter Warlock's reviews.
It's always nice to know that being one of the beautiful people doesn't keep you from getting hurt.
And you're quite a beauty yourself, you know that? And if you're worried about what to do with that body after you're gone, don't forget the hard fun.
Yes? It's for you.
What?
Commissioner, we just had a call. Your wife's had an accident.
At first, I thought that falling off the pier might have been an accident.
She was pushed, Commissioner, if not by the monkey, by the monkey's friend.
Then when we came home and we saw all this, I knew there had to be some kind of a connection.
Where were you during all this, Mildred?